Hello everybody. Today I am going to demonstrate how to do Rush of Blood Platinum Challenge and get Wave 20, which is a requirement for Prifidinous Elite Diary. You have to do Rush of Blood on Platinum. So there's a few things that are going to help you out a whole bunch, and I'm going to show them to you right now. So Ice Strike Worms can be a thing. So you need a fire spell, and you need a kiln cape or a comp cape, either one. Um, if you're trying to do this for the elite diary, though, you'll need a kiln cape because comp requires elite diaries to be done. Anyhow, so yeah, bring a kiln cape or a comp cape. Um, you're going to want a steel titan. I need to move to a larger area to summon him. That's okay. So you're going to want to bring a Steel Titan with Steel of Legend scrolls. You're going to want to bring a Summoning Flask. You could bring more than one. I think that helps. You're going to want to bring a Ring of Vigor and an Asylum Surgeon's Ring. You're going to want to bring Tectonic or your best DPS armor, your best DPS weapon. Doesn't have to be necessarily Tectonic and a SOS. You could bring something, T90 with T80 armor, I'm sure, Virtus or whatever. You need to bring Dread Nips. Well, you want to bring Dread Nips because it'll just make the Tormented Demons a lot easier. You got to bring Dark Light, otherwise the Tormented Demon is damn near impossible. And the Titan will also help a lot with the Tormented Demon. You want to bring Fire Runes and a Fire Spell also. I think I mentioned that already. You want to bring at least 3 doses of Overload. You can bring a DPS Aura. I'm not going to be running any Aura this time. And you should also, if you're struggling with it, you should also bring pages in an illuminated god book, preferably one of the ones that works on things quickly rather than things that stay still. Use one of the ones that the target can be moving and still get an effect, because some of them move around a bit. Anyway, Reaper Necklace I would recommend. Bring some emergency food. You might not need it. You're going to want to use Soul Split and your best prayer. I'll be using Torment. Could be using Affliction, but I'm not going to, because most people that are trying to do this aren't going to have that. As a matter of fact, I'll just Soul Split, because that works too. But if you struggle with it, just go ahead and bring an aura and pages in your book and use your best DPS prayer and everything. So you can do a reward run. You can also do a trial run, and you can also complete the requirement for the Elite Prif on a trial run. It doesn't have to be a reward run. So, if you make a mistake or if you forget anything or whatever, don't sweat it. You'll be just fine. Once you come down here, go ahead and just make sure that you have everything you need. You're going to want an Adrenaline Flask. You're going to want, all those runes. Weapon Poison Plus Plus, that's an important one to have. And right away when you go in here, make sure to call your familiar. This timer starts as soon as you get in here, and you got to get to 20 waves. Okay, so this is a Tormented Demon right away. Oh my god. Why can't I cast that? I should be able to. Okay. And then whenever he's about to bring his stuff on, just go ahead and switch to that. Have melee abilities clickable somewhere. Sorry, I got confused for a second there. Have melee abilities clickable on your screen before you go in, so that when you switch to that Dark Light, you can damage him. And then you switch back to magic. For the Glacors, get away from the Glacor, kill the Enduring first. And the further away that they are from the Glacor, the easier they are to kill. Don't worry too much about the other ones. As soon as you can, go ahead and ult with your Ring of Vigor on. Then Adrenaline Pot. And Threshold as soon as you can. Just try to power through your power through them as quick as you can and use the ult on as many as you can. Always ult as soon as you can, basically. Caldurian Demon. And basically just do as much damage as you possibly can. Use auto targets when you can. As soon as that guy comes out, you gotta hit him with this. Try and get some ult action, but he'll start praying mage right away, so if he does... Yeah, we almost got him now. Oh, I forgot to deploy Dread Nips on both of them. This has been a really unlucky run. We've gotten a lot of the hardest ones right away. But we should still make it, I think. Yeah, see, I'm going to need that emergency food. Also, never forget your Excalibur if you're going to kill stuff. This is also, by the way, demonstrating it on Revolution, because a lot of you guys like to use Revolution. A lot of people that I know that PVM like to use Revolution. Or not that PVM, but that do this mini game rather. Usually you're not going to get Glacors and Tormented Demons too much, like, you know, 3 or 4 per thing. This one might be shaping up to be more. That's a good one. Jadinkos. About time to get another ult out. That was a little bit of a waste there. Shouldn't have used that threshold there, but that is pretty unfortunate. Yeah, that was a bit lucky. Sometimes you get unfortunate, sometimes you get a bit fortunate. Always have your multi-targets at the forefront of your Revolution bar if you're going to use Revolution. Which generally I don't recommend doing, but I'm just doing it because that's usually how people like to do this. So I'm trying to demonstrate the way that's going to be most relevant to most of the people who are trying to watch this video. If that makes sense. But, you know, for a lot of people, they use Revolution mostly, so they're better at timing their abilities and whatnot on Revolution. For me, I'm kind of the opposite way. Come on, Enduring, get over here. No big deal. So I am getting a little bit concerned that I might not make this. Make sure to switch as rapidly as you can with these guys, because they'll get you. Those guys really eat up your time. So yeah, I got 3 minutes left and not really that close. So oh, those are my Slayer tasks. That's awesome. Hopefully we get more air roots. Fuck off with the TDs though. Wouldn't mind a little bit less of these fuckers. Thank God. Another Glacore? Come on, man. What is this? Oh, I shouldn't have stunned it. Make sure your overload doesn't run out too. I might have just let that happen. So yeah, like you can see, the trick is to use the ults and to make sure that you get the big guys out of the way quickly. Those TDs and stuff, you really got to combo them out. You really got to switch. You got to get that dark light spec off when that yellow shield is around them. And then for the other ones, you just have to try to DPS as quickly as you can. Rush your ults, but in between them, those times, you absolutely have to try to get those thresholds out as well. Yeah, so now we're on wave 20. This is the one we got to complete in order to get the comp requirement done. And we will succeed despite not using a DPS prayer, which is I did. For those of you who don't necessarily have a SOS and Tectonic, you can see this will the lack of prayer will compensate for the difference in gear at least. Your gear will be better DPS than my gear without the prayer for sure. So yeah, this is to demonstrate to you guys how you can successfully do it rather than just show you somebody else doing it. I'm going to just onslaught this guy for shits and giggles. I don't care about getting a higher one than this. Yeah, so we successfully got past wave 20, and we did it by making sure we used our ults, making sure we dread nipped the tormented demons, making sure we used dark light, making sure we had fire spells, weapon poison plus, adrenaline potions for our ults. And we could have done it. We could have done even more or even faster with a DPS aura and a book with pages in it rather than just a book with no pages. Yeah. So if you are struggling, you can go ahead and do different things. You can use DPS prayers. Obviously, you should use DPS prayers. Like I said, I just wanted to not have them as an equalizer in case your gear isn't as good and you want to know if it'll still work for you. This is evidence that it will. I don't actually have other gear. I only have my one set. So, well, I mean, I have range and melee and stuff, but I don't have another mage weapon or other mage armor. I just have Tectonic in the sauce. So anyway, hopefully that satisfies your all your needs as far as getting this done successfully, and I'm sure you guys can do it, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys succeed. I wish you all luck, and thanks for watching. Make sure to like and sub, guys. Thanks a lot.